Hey guys, I'm Bella. Nice to meet you. Welcome to my bed. I'm super excited about this very first episode. This has been a really long time coming, due in large part to me not really being comfortable with myself, not really knowing what I wanted to do, and a lot of bullshitting. So this is kind of like a coming out party for me, and I expect it and anticipate that it's going to be extremely transformative for myself and for my viewers. And my boobies coming out. A little about me. I'm from Los Angeles, California. I'm 25 years old. I'll be 26 in October, which is very terrifying for me. My mom is Mexican. My dad is black, and somehow that created moi. Bella is not my real name. My name is Maribel. That's at least how my parents intended every person I came in contact with to accentuate it. That's not a reality here, so Maribel became the norm, and that is not as nice, I guess. So Bella works. I'm a Scorpio sun and a Capricorn moon, and I'm very much into zodiac and astrology and crystals and yoga and spirituality and energy, and that's definitely going to play a lot into what we talk about here. So, what the fuck are we doing here? What the fuck are we doing here? What are we doing here? Hopefully I haven't lost you just yet, but I might after this. We are going to talk about one of my absolute favorite subjects, and I'm almost 100% sure that it's one of your favorites as well. It's definitely one of your parents' favorites, as gross as that may be. We're going to talk about sex. Sex, sexuality, relationships, love, lust, flirting, dating, Tinder, Insta slightage in the DMs, gender identity, pornography, deviances, I don't know, things, media, music, art, culture around us. We're going to talk about all those things in relation to sex and sexuality. Why? Because I'm a freak, duh. Ever since I was a little kid, I've always been associated with sex. Very much against my knowledge or against any of my intentional doing. I've just always been extremely comfortable. And so as I got older, obviously that manifested even more. And people would come to me and ask me questions about different things related to sex, whether I initiated the conversation or not, whether I had done something or not. And they just knew I was comfortable with it, which I was. I never judged anybody. I never questioned anybody. It was just something that came very naturally to me, and I never had a problem discussing. So more recently, I've noticed that a lot of my peers aren't as comfortable with sex as I am. I think that openness allows me to speak to different people, to respect what they're up to, what they do, not really pass judgment on something that I think is extremely personal. But we should be able to have an open dialogue. Once the door is open and you understand somebody else's stance, then there is less room for judgment of the unknown. And that's the main goal of why I'm doing this channel. Disclaimer, despite the glasses, I am not a doctor. I am not a sex expert, although I'm very curious as to how you become one. I am not a therapist. I am not a sex therapist. I am strictly somebody who is extremely comfortable with their own sexuality, with sexuality in general, who has very little shame when it comes to asking questions about things that I'm curious about. I'm curious about quite a few things in relation to sex. Frankly, I think I'm a light, and my light chooses to shine where the sun doesn't. Kind of like this light shining on my big forehead today. So hopefully I've made you smile, I've made you smirk, I made you think of some things that you're curious about. I hope that you feel comfortable enough to leave me some comments. ask me questions, send me links, anything that you're curious about, anything that you want me to ask, anything that you just feel a little weird about. I don't know. Surprise me. And hit that subscribe button. So we have another video coming up very, very soon. We're going to play a game of 21 questions. Because I think we're still in this foreplay phase. You don't really trust me. I don't really know you. I can't just assume things about you. But I would hope that I've intrigued you enough to hit that button and come back very, very soon. Bye. It's so hot and it's so bright. See why this has been a long time coming? You feel me now?